Hello everyone, and welcome to the first RGB RPGs player guide. My name is Sean, aka Comet, and I run 5 to 6 games of Dungeons & Dragons a week for anywhere between 25 to 35 players a week. And today I'd like to talk about the first question that a lot of us ask ourselves when we first decide, I think I want to play Dungeons & Dragons. And those are, what is Dungeons & Dragons, and how do I play? I know when I first thought of the game, the image that came to my mind was a bunch of people standing around a table, throwing dice around while yelling and talking about goblins in funny voices. And yeah, I could stop the video right there. That is what Dungeons & Dragons is to me. That's what I think of when I think of Dungeons & Dragons. But let's go a little bit deeper than that. So what is Dungeons & Dragons? The game stands on 3 main pillars: social interaction, exploration, and combat. But at its heart, what D&D is a collaborative storytelling game based on mechanics that revolved around rolling dice and consulting character sheets, all mediated by a dungeon master. So, how do you play D&D? Generally speaking, the dungeon master will lay out a situation for the party. For example, you're all walking through the deep woods on your way to the fabled city of Neverwinter, when you notice a large tree has fallen across the road in front of you. Your path is blocked. What do? The players then tell the DM what it is they'd like their characters to do. Maybe the ranger wants to check around for footprints, or maybe see if they can tell how the tree was knocked over. Meanwhile, the fighter is drawing their weapon and positioning themselves between the tree line and the rest of the party, looking around and keeping their eye out for anything suspicious. And the druid could be looking around for any local wildlife to talk to and ask if they saw what happened. It's then up to the DM to decide what mechanics are appropriate for the situation. They may ask the ranger to roll a survival check to see if they notice any footprints. They may ask the fighter to roll a perception check as they draw their weapon and keep an eye on the woods. Meanwhile, the druid could use speak with animals to talk to the local chipmunk and see what they saw. Players consult their character sheets, roll any dice if necessary, and the DM narrates the outcome and talks through the outcome with the players. The ranger sees some huge humanoid tracks in the mud near the tree. The tree's obviously been pushed over. The druid speaks to a local chipmunk and learns that the chipmunk is terrified of being squished by something that has been rampaging through the woods. The fighter notices the trees shifting strangely off in the distance as massive footfalls begin to roll along the earth. Then comes the famous saying, "Roll for initiative." Combat deserves its own video, and we will get there, but that's the core of what we're doing here. Even combat is essentially a slowed down step-by-step of what we just talked about. So, all of this seems like something that would be interesting to you. Pick up a player's handbook, or you could check out the free basic rule set on DungeonsandDragons.com. But that's all you really need to get going, is this basic understanding, and you're ready, you know what to expect when you sit down at the table with your friends. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you want to see more, be sure to check out the Patreon in the description. We have more videos like this, player guides, DM guides, breakdowns of the prep process for multiple different games that I'm running, battle maps, exclusive sneak peeks at adventures I'm writing, original content, all kinds of awesome stuff. So if that sounds interesting to you, check out the Patreon. It's linked above. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.